Yes.
Okay, go.
Nepo baby.
Ay, 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 ay. Okay, that's a great topic. Okay.
Let me stretch.
Yeah.
Let me stretch for this one.
Okay, we all know, I think we already know the obvious answer, right? So let's just fine tune the discussion to.
Okay, because we skirted around it already.
Yes, and I mean, because if you say, what do you think about Nepo babies? Obviously, it's a clear answer. But okay, where's the line?
Right.
Where's the line between holding the children responsible for the parents' bad behavior?
Excesses.
Right.
Yeah.
For me, that line is if you also benefited from it, but you have to make certain. I'm trying to frame this too. It's hard. I'm really trying to be fair here, but I just want to say, that's what I want to say. I'm just trying to be a mature podcaster.
Thread that needle.
Yeah. You nosebleed. No, let's just be fair to some of these nepo baby. No. Is there an age or something? I mean, like, how do I sound mature here? Like, I'm not.
Back of the year 2026. James Deakin.
Okay, but do you
Okay,
think
okay.
you can make an argument? I didn't. No, you can't. I didn't know.
No.
Okay, because if you're young, really young,
Right.
and then you're living naive and young, and you're living in Forbes Park,
Right.
that's the only address you've known,
Right.
You can't hold a 5-year-old responsible.
Sure.
Agree?
Yes.
Okay, you can't hold a 10-year-old responsible.
Yes.
Correct.
15. Oh, see, they're starting to go now.
Starting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debatable.
20.
Yes.
You
no.
So you're starting to hold them responsible already.
100%,
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
So
correct.
we agree that we found the point.
Right.
All
We
right.
found a
So
line where we
there's
can-
yeah.
All right. So, but if you're 15, right, where's that sort of alangan in age, whatever, and then you start to realize that maybe you have a lot more than the others, but you've grown up with your parents. You'd like to believe them that they just worked hard.
Right.
It looks terribly naive to the rest of the world.
Sure.
But, to that person that's just grown up there.
Yeah. It's not
At
his
what
fault.
point?
It's
Yeah.
not his fault either, by the way.
Exactly. Is at what point do you say, well, okay, no, there's, for me, it's when they flaunt it.
Right.
Okay, that's a line that you
Yeah.
chose
Yeah.
to put that out.
Right.
What do you guys think is a line? Or am I really just trying to really stretch this? It's pilit, no?
I ain't touching that one. Let's talk about transsexuals in the military.
Anyway, back to transsexuals.
Something easier.
Israel versus Gaza transsexuals. There, something less controversial.
Something less controversial.
Something less controversial.
Where's
Wow,
okay.
well-
Yeah. Okay. So we live in an attention currency. They were raised. Okay. They were raised in an attention currency. They were raised to value likes and followers and comments, and every time they would flaunt wealth or excess or extravagance. It wasn't even. I don't think it even came across as aspirational for some.
No.
It's not like right. It's not like they flaunt their watch and be like, parang, oh, I want to be like him because he actually earned that. I'm trying to be nice.
Yeah. You know what?
I'm trying to be putang ina nila.
The nosebleeds are coming out.
Ang hirap naman din.
It's hard because I guess what we're trying to get at is there's a point where the child is innocent.
Yeah.
But I think once you cross over the line into social media and you start blowing your own trumpet
Yep.
like that, then you have to take accountability
Yeah.
for that.
100%.
Now, if a kid is just like, keeping a very low profile and just, not putting their head up,
Right.
I think leave them alone.
Yeah,
Because you
same.
have to give them the benefit of the doubt that
Same.
they just like some people are trapped in a really poor environment, they can't escape. Who's to say they can't be trapped in a rich environment,
Yeah.
right? And it's just how they behave.
It's a jail of its own.
It can be.
Yeah,
it can be. So it's how you behave
Right.
that we're judging you on.
Right.
If you keep quiet, there's really no reason to pick on
Okay.
you.
I think that's very fair.
That's fair.
That's very
That was
fair.
about as mature as I could be. Next topic, please.
Isn't it intro? Yeah, next topic. No, okay, well, so
No.
again,
You
same
need
topic,
to
but
give me
different-
the.
No, I'm
Okay.
not.
You're
No,
not,
I'm not.
you're not getting off the hook.
Well, let's just take this from a father-parent standpoint.
Okay, great.
Right? This
All
was
right.
Legendaddy.
Okay.
Clearly, there was bad parenting there. I believe as a father, the rules are simple, really. In there's a couple rules in raising your daughter, for instance, since that's the gender that's mostly being thrown the vitriol online. In the words of the great philosopher Chris Rock, you got to keep your daughter off the pole.
Off the pole. Keep my baby off the pole.
Keep my baby off the pole. So these girls, you know, they're not. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't want to.
Well, you had my attention at the poll. That's like, okay, tell me more about this poll.
I also want that Father of the Year award, right? But it's not going to happen with this. I'm going to finish. I'm going to. So why?
It's harder. It's harder than you thought, huh? You know the way those are.
Strikes. So this is our last episode of Legendaddy. We've clearly failed as journalists.
Let me help you take.
Okay, let's go.
Read your thought. Like,
Let's go.
If it's not a corrupt nepo baby, like their wealth came from legit business.
If their wealth came from a legit business.
I still think the flaunting is going to open you up. And I think if you start the flaunting, then you really open it up, because it's not me who writes the rules. It's the laws of the universe. It's the laws of fame.
Okay.
It's like in the same regard that sometimes in the beginning I had a hard time. I struggled with this because the first time I got canceled, my God, holy smokes! Your whole world goes upside down.
Right.
And then you realize after a while that you have to take the good and the bad, because you, for so many years, enjoyed the benefits of those likes, shares, comments. You monetize that. You raise kids on that. You put it in their school.
Right.
You can't all just say, well, I just want all of that part and none of the bad part. Because even if it's not your fault, even if you feel as you're 100% right, this is just the balance of it.
Right.
You know, you can't
all of the asset, none of the liability.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. There you go.
And if there's one thing I really believe we as parents who need to put down, it's humility.
Humility,
It's humility. I mean, I think that's the basic virtue that, kids should have. Read the room, really.
Right.
Yes.
I mean, read the internet room. But there are some influencers, though, who are clearly rich and showing off their rich lifestyle, but it's done in such a classy way.
Yeah.
Taste.
Very tasteful.
Yes,
And
yeah.
you are actually being you have a front row seat to their lifestyle,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is fantastic. You're being taken away, and you're not jealous. You're not, it's aspirational
Anne-
and inspiring.
Anne and Irwan, for me, Anne and Irwan.
Yes. That's a great. That's a great example.
I see their content, and it's you'll get glimpses of, well, that's a nice, but it's never about that. It's just they try to downplay everything.
Yes. Right.
Everyone's all about the food, and she's got all the right to brag. I'm sure, my God, she's the face of almost everything, and yet it's always played down. That's a good example of that.
I love that.
Good take.
I love that. I love
Nepo
that.
baby, not Nepo, but you brought up whether it's taken from authentic, legitimate
Yeah,
means.
legitimate means.
If you meet Jose Marie Chan's children, Joe, Mike, and the rest of them, my goodness, I'm not talking about just for a successful person's children. I'm talking about human beings. You're not going to meet anyone more polite, anyone more humble,
Right.
to the point where you feel like you're just like, you're perpetually bowing because they're always they're so nice.
They're so nice.
But they're taught humility. So there is
love that.
definitely, and that family has, the singing is a sideline for him.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
They
Correct.
built that. They have a big sugar business as well that they built themselves. You know?
Yeah.
And those they're so down to earth.
Yeah.
I
So
love
down
that.
to earth, yeah.
I love that. And there's no better time than now to be humble and have humility,
Right.
especially in this, like you said, this era of me,
Yeah.
and where likes and follows and that's the currency,
Right.
And also, I mean, if I may give some advice to some legitimate advice to influencers that want to showcase this lifestyle, right?
Right.
You mentioned aspirational. I think that's a key word here.
Yeah.
But aspirational, you have to show it's achievable,
Right.
right? You have to, that when it becomes aspirational for me, like if I look at, I learned this when I was like doing reviews on cars. Like, I thought, finally got a Ferrari. I'm going to share I'm going to choose this Ferrari. Everyone's going to be waiting for this Ferrari. Oh my God. I'll book the best team to shoot it for me, whatever. We'll work, I'll write the story. Like 12 likes, 15 likes. I'm like, why? It's a Ferrari. Come on, what's wrong with you people? Then I'd post, let's say, the new Corolla or the new Vios or the new Civic. And then that's got 10,000 likes, 5,000 likes. And
It blows up.
it made me because one is achievable aspirational. You show them there's a path to that. I can,
that's great.
I can
Yeah,
envision
okay.
it.
Awesome.
Somehow when you cross a certain line, like Porsche, Ferrari, etc. For most people, it's just tuned out. It's not that I think it's ugly.
Yeah.
I think it's beautiful. I just can't relate. There's
Yeah.
no connection. The sea is too wide.
Yeah.
The gap.
The gap's too wide.
My advice to influencers, just keep it aspirational, where if you can show them the journey to get there,
Right.
that's what will get them inspired to work there.
Right.
I can go from here to here. I can see the path.
Right.
I can see the path between my Vios and my Altis or Camry. I'll see that path. Or even if you take it up a little higher to a Fortuner or whatever. But if you go straight to like the LFA and the Lexus LFA, you lost me.
Wala na.
Yeah.
Keep it.
We'll tune out.
Yeah.
I'd like to add further with that when that guy, one of the guys that came up to me and said, "Oh, I'm a big fan of Legendaddy," and I said, "Oh, what about Legendaddy do you like?" And he said several things, but the one that really stuck to me was, "You guys are genuine. You guys are real dads. You're achievable. You know, that's what he was trying to say.
Achievable.
You're achievable. Yeah, the things you talk about."
I go to the gun show. No.
Second Amendment right here, baby.
Law and order.
He got hit by the Second Amendment. Sorry.